Hi gamers, mums and dads. Today we're looking at Dragon Mania Legends. This is a game we've played for a long time. It sort of went off the boil recently, but they've just had a huge update, so it's well worth showing you a video of, because hopefully the update will give it a bit of a resurgence that it needs. It's a great game for kids. It does apply a bit of patience required to get to the best, but I think you'll actually enjoy this game. Now we've been playing this, as I say, for about a year and a half, so we've got quite a decent clan. But I'm just going to take you through the basics today, and we might do an extra video then with a bit more advanced sessions in it. So as you can see, this is my phone plugged through the Elgato. We have lots of islands here with lots of these gold coins and some raspberry type things off the farm. So the main aim is you want to have dragons. Now the dragons start off on level 1 and pretty weak. And then as you feed your dragons up, they get higher and higher levels, and the higher level that you get, the better your dragons become for the battles that they are. Now, I'm sure this is rated as a 12 game, but that's just ridiculous, because the most violent thing you'll ever see, if I just quickly go on to a battle here, is 3 dragons here versus 3 dragons there, and the violence that you get is as follows. That's as violent as this game gets. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this is a kids-friendly game. Now, my dragons are a lot better than their dragons, so that was an easy win. But what you're looking to do, really, is when you start from scratch, and what I'll do is I'll get a different account and start from scratch on a different phone, so you can see how you build it up. But what you're trying to do is just collect as many dragons as you can. Now, we've got lots of gold here, so you just go through clicking on the gold, and this gives you money. Now, you need money to buy food. Now food is critical in this game, because here it is, because food is what you need to give to your dragons to level them up. So if you go onto a farm here, for example, I say we'll do a lot more detailed how to play this game further on, but you can see you get for 15 gold you can get 5 fruits all the way up to the end. As you see, the days and the hours change and the amount of food you get. So you know, candied pear 2 days for 130,000. Now that used to be 4 days. They've actually improved that there, so that's good. So if I do one of those there, so you can see there's a countdown here. In 2 days time I will get that food. Now you can do it a lot easier, but at the start you have no choice but to do the easy ones. So spiky cherry 30 seconds, I'll click on there and you can see the countdown there for 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds time we'll have some food. Now you can see your food is in the top right hand corner. We've got 1.88 million food. In terms of gold, we've got 102 million, and gems we have 90. Now there's a lot of food and gold there. Nowhere near as high as some people have, but if you're a new player to this game, that's quite a lot of food. So we're just counting down for the 30 seconds on the farm. And you will see that we can collect it now, and look, we've got +5 food. Now I just want to put food for all of these, so I'll just go on to multi-plant at the bottom there, and you can just do it for your farm. So I'll do the 2-day one for everything here. So if I go on to a dragon, let's just pick any old random one here, we have got a golden crow dragon, as you can see from down bottom left, and it is level 16. So if I wanted to level this dragon up, I click on feed, and then I pass the food from the right to the left. Now at the bottom right you can see how much it costs. So for a level 16 dragon you need 5,000 food, so we easily can afford this. We'll pop you 3 foods there, and you can see that the food on the top left hand corner has moved, the blue has gone towards the right, and one more, he has now leveled up to level 17. The gold has gone up slightly in the bottom left hand corner, that's how much gold you get an hour from having this dragon. And again we can do it again, we can feed our dragon, your food goes down and your level goes up. Now, used to be level 80 was your top dragon, but in this recent update it now goes up to level 100. So if I show you my best dragon, I've got all this gold here. A second, let me just collect it. When you get higher level, you can get something called a gold vote, and then one click, every few hours you can actually collect all your gold. It just saves a bit of time. Now if I click on my dragon here, you can see he is level 81 and he's got 2 pink stars. Now we're not talking about the stars yet, but what I need to do is, for my food, is cost 2 million. I don't have 2 million, so I can't level the dragon up. But if I go away now, I get 4 million extra food, I'll be able to level them up to 82 and eventually get to level 100. Now what you need really is every battle has 3 dragons in it. So these are the opponents we've got here, but let me just show you my dragons on the bottom left. I have a level 81, a level 80 and a level 80, and you can see the stars, which are enchantments, which we'll go on to shortly, but you can see I've got 2 pink stars for the first dragon, and 3 yellows for the second and 4 yellows for the third. Now, if I click battle here, this will take us to the game. Now each of the dragons have different styles. There's a fire, there's a light, there's a dark, there's an earth, there's a water, there's a divine, there's a legendary, and all sorts of things you'll find as you go through the different dragons. I say one video will not do this justice at all. This is just a very overview of the game. Now you can see I had 3 dragons there. Now the reason for pointing it out, there's 2 major tactics for this game. You either build up your 3 dragons one at a time, so you do level 1, 1, 1, then 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, all the way up to as high as you can get. Now the second tactic is just to focus on a single dragon, which is what I did. Now that my level 81 dragon, you can see, now what I'm going to try and do now is level this 81 dragon up to 100, then I'll move on to the next one. There's pros and cons to both of the tactics. There are events in the game. Now the event is usually taken off your highest powered dragon. So if you've only got one really good dragon, then you can be quite poor in the events. However, one level 100 dragon is easily going to beat 3 level 80 dragons, or even 3 level 85 dragons. So powering up one of them at the top, so if I get this 81 up to 100, then my dragon will be a lot more powerful than that, than 385. So just horses for courses. So you either go for one dragon and give it everything you've got, or you power up the 3 dragons, just taking it in turns. Now there's, at certain points in the game, I've not checked on this recent update, but it used to be like at level 40 and level 70, you have to have so many dragons at different criteria to level up. Now these are in forms of towers, so if I just go to a tower here, so this is my dark tower, or shadow temple even here. So if I click on it here, I can't level it up because it's the maximum we've got. But what happens is that if you have temples, you have to level a temple up to level 5 before you can get your dragon through to the next barrier. So for example, level 20, level 30, level 40, level 70 is a key. And to get a dragon from level 70 to 71, you have to have 5 dragons, all at level 40, to actually go to the next level. Let's say we'll go into more detail on this in different videos, but this is an overview of the dragons. So you've got something called breeding as well. So I've bred this dragon. It is a common dragon, you can see in the top left hand corner, and it is a tree dragon. So I'm just going to sell this because I already have one. I'm just clearing a spot in the hatchery. So if you go into breeding, you can breed any of your dragons on the left with any of your dragons on your right. So when you start the game, you start with, for example, a fire dragon. So let me just search for a fire dragon. He's quite, it might be exploring, but let's just find a dragon, single element. Anyway, let's take this one, demonic, so that's fire and shadow. And if we take a dragon on the right, say this is plant and water, we will breed the dragon and it will have a combination of those 4 elements. If you do fire with water, then you get like a fire and water dragon most probably. Now it's all random which actual dragon comes up, and if you look on the right hand side here, you can see the dragons that you're trying to breed each time. So you can even breed legendary dragons, and this will tell you how. Now they are very scarce and very difficult to breed, as you can see from the number of gems to buy. 4,300, that's an expensive dragon to buy, so it takes a lot of breeding to happen. So we've covered dragons, they level up. We've also got the enchantment, so when your dragon gets to level 16, as it was before the update, you can enchant your dragon. So there are quests and battles that give you these elements. So we've got average, good, excellent, extraordinary. Now, to get a dragon higher, you have to increase the number of stars. So if we go down to quite a low level dragon that we've got here, so this is all our dragons on the left hand side. So we go right down, how many dragons do we have? Wow, so let's go to the level 16, which is the minimum here. So take this dragon here. So I need 6 of the shadow element and 6 of the energy element. So if we just click on there, you can, sorry, that's to buy more. But if I hit enchant here, it will take this dragon up and it will combine those 2 elements and give it a little star there. So now this dragon is better. It's a level 16 1 star, which is better than level 16 no stars, and you can see on the right hand side how much health and attack you do with the extra stars. So there's a whole new element to the game, and they've just introduced stars 5 through to 8, so level 84 star, what one before, which was a max dragon, now it goes all the way up to level 108 stars. So once you get your 4 and level up to 50, you can then build on it. So our dragon here, we need to get to the 7th star here, and look how much health. It's an extra 1.7 billion health, an extra 500 attack, so that's what we need to concentrate on. But unfortunately, we need 23 of the extraordinary earth element here, which is going to take some collecting. So you can collect these elements in all sorts of ways. There's like Dragon Leagues here, there's events that happen, you can buy them from a ship that arrives every now and again. That's your dragons. Now when you start the game, you start with one island, and then it's quite hard to have cash to start with, but eventually you build up and then you can buy all these other islands. Now you need the space pretty much. The islands are covered in trees and icebergs, and you have to clear them to make space for the dragons. So we've got quite a high level account here, so all our dragons are filled out. Now the dragons, I say, are different types. If we just go into search, you can see all the different types of element we have for the dragons. You've got fire, wind, earth, water, plant, metal across the top. Then you've got energy, void, shadow, light, legendary, and the new divine one on the second row. Then on the third row, there's like a boss dragon. You can buy boss dragons to give you more gold. This is just a search thing here. So that is how many different elements you have for your dragons. Now when you start, you're mainly fire, water, earth. Knowing what I know now, maybe I wouldn't have spent so much food leveling up those sort of dragons, because they're not as powerful as the other dragons. For example, like dark, divine and legendary are a lot more powerful. So my main dragon, which is the prairie dragon, is unfortunately earth, wind and fire. Now they're the poorest of the elements, so this, for a level 81 dragon, if it fought another level 81 dragon with 6 stars, it would probably come off worse, because it's the basic elements. But you live and learn with the game. You have the elements when you start, and you build up. Unfortunately, you can't sort of retire things in this game and get the energy back and put it into another dragon like you can with most other games. But that's how we go. Now, the main thing I think that people enjoy are the battles. So if we quickly take you to a battle, let's go into. There's this island with all different levels that you build yourself through. So if we go into this 229 level, you can see our opponents are all level 77s with various stars. So we go into a battle. Like most games, you have a timer, and in that timer you get so many energy levels. So these zaps, or whatever you call it, we've got 7 here, and we need 2 to make a battle. So if we do 3 battles, then we have to wait a bit longer for the next battle. There's gems, which we'll come on to shortly, which will help speed these things up, but that's how the game makes the money. You have to pay for gems. If I just do this battle, the 7 zaps will go down to 5, and I do a game. So to fight, what you do is you take these elements, and they all have different strategies and attacks. But let's take the fire. The fire is good because once you evolve the fire element, you can actually do damage to all 3 of the bad guys. So what you do is you put the element there, and you can see on the right hand side how much damage it's going to do. So it's going to take him down from a full bar of green to only a little bit of green. If I let go, then you get a barrier go up, and you've got to click it in the perfect area to do more damage. You can click it anywhere else. So as an example, if I just take this divine attack, it's not going to do much damage, but I can click it straight away and it'll do a hit. It doesn't do as much hit as if you did it in perfect. You can actually do a miss as well. Let's see if I can time it onto miss. Oh, there we go, onto miss, and then you completely foregone an attack pretty much. So the fire does damage to all 3. The water, in our case, it stops them doing damage to a certain extent, and things like shadow do like hits second time round, but that's the battle won. So it's pretty easy to battle. When you start, you say you work up through the levels. We do need to do one from the beginning, so you can see how to level up dragons and how to do the battles. But this is the basics of the game. So we have plenty of levels to go through here. If you still have to go all the way back to level 1 right at the beginning. So we go to the very first battle, which is level 1, and we're fighting against, in this case it's 325. So this is because we're in heroic mode. So once you complete the main mode, you can go into heroic mode. But if we go into the basic mode and go all the way back down to level 1 again, this could be quite amusing battle. Level 1 here should be a level 1, or even level 4. So we're taking on this level 4. So a level 80 versus a level 4 isn't going to be much trouble, especially if it's 3v1. But this is the very first battle you'll take on. Your fire versus the earth. So I mean, I'm sure he's got like 100 defense, and we're going to do 1 billion. So it's a bit unfair, but here we go, 1.3 billion. That should take down most dragons in this. And then you get your 3 stars. You get experience, which is the star, and you get money from doing these battles. And if you join the VIP club, you get a bonus too. Now, gems. Gems are important because this is how the game gets its money. So if you look at the gems here, you can buy gems, 20, 100, 300, etc. And they come at a cost. You can see 3,800 is £100. Earlier in the video you saw there was one dragon for 4,000 odds, so it's over £100. And when sometimes they do events where who spends the most gems is one of them, the amount of money people spend on gems is incredible. So if you are going to spend anything on this game, I'd recommend this thing on the right, which is the clan. So if you're going to play it every day, it gives you 550 to start with, and then 35 a day. This one's £20. Sometimes the clan comes up for just £10, which, you know, is more useful, and you can collect your gems. Now, one good thing about the gems is you can buy a VIP pass. So if I go to extend my VIP here, I wouldn't bother with the 2 or the 7 days, because you can see the price doesn't really justify the number of days. But if you are going to do the VIP, save up to 199, and then you can do 20 days. I don't have enough for either at the moment, but that's when I run out, I'll get the 199. So I need to do the clan for the £20. The more gems you spend, the more higher the VIP level is, which gives you more goodies, as you'll find out. But this is pretty much the basics of the game. There's also elements where you have friends, and friends can gift each other. You can do messages, like you can help people on their game. There's also, when you get to a higher level, there's a clan, and in the clan you can do different quests. So in this quest, what we're trying to do is, amazingly, we want to bake a cake, or a donut, or a slice, or a whatever that thing is there. And you do that by collecting materials, and you collect materials by doing either donating or getting donations, or you do the tasks, like it says, win 8 arena battles, and you'll get 7 of these star anise, or whatever that ingredient happens to be. Use Dragon Fury 4 times and we'll get 7 nice little sparkles. What do I need here? So for the top recipe I need these sort of candy cane things, then chocolate, and then almonds or hazelnuts. If I collect food from farms here, I need to click start, then collect the food. So I forgot to do that when I actually did the food when I came onto this game. But if I click start now, if I went to the farms and collected 4,000 food, then I'd win my 7 pieces of chocolate, which is on my way to my E for epic recipe. I suppose that's the other thing that also needs explaining, is that each dragon has a different type of level. So if I quickly go into where's best, the enchantment league here, you can see on the left hand or top right hand corner, you have rare dragons, legendary dragons, divine dragons. I think if we're going in order, you've got common, then rare, so common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, divine, and each of them rank up, and the higher the rank, usually the better the dragon is. The problem is, the higher the rank of the dragon, the harder it is to get things like their materials, etc. You can see we're still on 3 stars here, because a divine dragon is very difficult to get the extraordinary elements that you need. Now, we've been playing this a year and a half, and we've only just, it was, to get my first level 80 took me, I think it was exactly on my 300th day, so you do need a lot of patience when you play this game. They could speed it up a bit, I guess. I guess you can also pay a lot of gems to speed up the game in general, but you know, 300 days to get my 1 level 80. The next 2 didn't take too long to follow up from it, but say patience is needed. I haven't really done the game justice in this sort of overview of the game, but this is our game. I thought I'd just show you what our levels look like, what dragons we have, and how we play the game. So just click that coin. It's an enjoyable game. Please play it, enjoy it. If you've got any questions, please ask below. We will do another video on the basics of the game, so how to play it, how to become good. But I say there's 2 major tactics. Either go for 1 good dragon, or take 3 dragons and slowly level them up. You only need 6 dragons when you start doing the Enchantment League, which is another feature of the game. That's where you've got 6 dragons to take on another 6 dragons on the opposite side. I say that all comes into place when you've got 3 dragons of level 16. So much to explain. very basic overview. We'll do a lot more videos on this, but any specific questions, pop them in the comments below and we will go through them and I'll answer any questions that you do have. So it's a massive game, there's so much to do on it. It's completely free unless you want to have gems. I do recommend the VIP because it does speed things up, I say, but that does cost you money. So I hope you've enjoyed this very basic overview. Thanks ever so much for watching. See you on the next one.